right, guys, we are back, and look what's trending in the United States. This is the eSports report, and after Complexity's pick, Big T is trending in the United States. Aches, you have done your job, my friend. Good work. So Complexity, of course, picking Big Timer with the 12th pick overall, but now we're in round 2. Puckett and Revan counting down the picks, and our next one comes in from Team Caliber. Revan, who do you think TK needs?
I'm not too sure. I mean, of course, there's so much talent left, but I still feel like the Search and Destroy players should be the ones going first in these drafts.
So would you go after like a player like Fizzerp here? Would you go after a strong SMG? What do you think would fit well on this squad?
I feel like a strong SMG would fit them well. Maybe go after Fizzerp, but I'm feeling somebody like Bumzo. Bumzo's been winning a lot of Search and Destroy tournaments, but somebody who also has yet to get drafted is Nifty. Nifty, of course, one of the younger players. He might go to Space Lee's team, but you can't go wrong with picking him.
Yeah, well, Revan, unfortunately, TK didn't go with him. They went with this guy, John Boble, better known as Revan. Revan, you have been selected in the second round by Team Caliber. Congratulations, my friend. So that means the next squad on the docket is going to be FaZe Red. That timer, forget it. It's already gone by. But let's take a look at some of your stats, Rev. Okay. In the COD League Season 1.89 KD overall. You put up almost 20 kills per game in the respawn game modes. But you said they needed a strong Slayer in S&D. You put up 1.05.
That's not bad.
And when it comes to the OBJ, nearly 5 flags in domination at 4.9. 4.4 when it went to LAN over at the U.S. Regionals. And 3.5 blitz caps. You stepped up your blitz games for U.S. Regionals as well.
Sounds like a phenomenal player.
Yeah, apparently you moonlight as a commentator and have been competing since 2011, says our graphics team. So, Revan, congratulations on the TK pickup. Let's go over to our next squad, though. FaZe Red is ready to announce their player, and they, after going after Diabolic in round 1, pick up Accuracy.
Okay.
Did you see this coming?
Definitely not. Accuracy is a name I haven't heard for a long time. I remember hearing of him back in the Modern Warfare 2 days. So they're going old school here, and we'll see if it pays out in the long run.
All right, I have seen him in the top 16 of multiple 2Ks. Haven't seen him finish in the top 4 anytime recently. But Classic, Replays, JCap, Theory, these guys know what they're doing. Accuracy is going to be their second round pick. I got to write you down there as TK's pick. And that means the next squad at 21 overall will be Envy. Let's see who they go after for the 21st pick. Of course, Envy is Merc, Parasite, Study, and Nameless. They did pick up their former starter, Rambo, in round number 1. So this being round 2, they can think outside of the box. Who would be a great addition to this Envy lineup?
I'm really feeling Nifty for this pick. Nifty, you know, he's a very similar player to Merc. You know, he pulls out the submachine gun, but he's not too aggressive with it. He knows when to be aggressive around the map, when to be passive, and of course he brings a stellar Search and Destroy game, so maybe we'll see Envy go after Nifty here.
Well, we saw one legend go in round number 1. Now it looks like a second legend is going here in round number 2. The winningest player in MLG history, Ogre 2. He wanted to hang up his controller a few weeks ago. He posted on Twitter he was done. Competitive gaming was not fun, probably because he didn't qualify for COD Champs. But Envy says, Tom, come out of retirement. We got a slot for you on the roster. So Ogre 2 is going to be grabbed. You can see when it comes to pro points, it's not even up there very high. 212th overall. So just squeezing into that top 250. Has one Game Battles tournament win underneath his belt, but he's been a member of MLG since the very beginning, joining Game Battles back in 2005. This guy's a legend, man. If you guys didn't know who he was in the Halo days, he was on the original Complexity. In fact, the squad that set the record for most wins in a couple seasons. Ogre 2 and Final Boss were the original Dynasty and first-person shooters, one of the best shots in the game. And now he's got an opportunity to be filling in on this Envy lineup in the case that they needed a substitute.
Ogre 2 is a player that I grew up watching when I was watching a competitive Halo being played on MLG, so it's really cool to see him get drafted by Envy. We'll see if he decides to play in a couple of games. What he brings to the table is a strong objective mindset. He's fairly similar to Rambo, even though I do think Rambo is a bit of a stronger player than Ogre 2 is. But, you know, Ogre 2, he could lock it down, and you never know when he's going to turn up.
Well, our next team is ready, so Envy is going to grab Ogre 2 at 21, but at 22, Curse Orange is going to make their pick. Let's see who they went with. It's going to be Strife. So Strife is a player you were telling me about before this broadcast started. Strife goes in round number 2. Any idea what he is going to be doing on this squad with Muddog, Kroster, Miyagi, and Attach?
Well, he used to team with Miyagi back when they were on Elevate, so you have that chemistry there. They've been playing together. They work very well together. They were the squad that took out Optic Gaming at UMG Philly. So clearly, Strife and Miyagi, they're a strong duo. If you ever need a substitute, put in Strife, and I'm sure they could pull out some wins with him.
So Strife is going to be filling out on this lineup, as you said, playing with his former teammates once again. They're feeling comfortable to add him to the roster. We're down to our last 2 teams in round number 2, Strictly Business and Complexity. In round 1, Strictly Business went after, who did they go for? I'm new to here.
Business? Didn't they take Fears?
That's right. So SB, they've made their pick in round number 1, but in round 2, let's bring it on. Strictly Business is going to go with Liar, and it was actually TJ Halley who went round 1 for them. So Liar added to this squad as well. Liar definitely a veteran of the scene, joining the youngster TJ. Any idea why they'd go after Liar? This is John Spacely, Stainville, and Method squad.
Well, in 2011, Liar was voted the #1 Search and Destroy player on the circuit, so obviously he brings that Search and Destroy presence, but in terms of the respawn games, he's another one of those positional AR players. So I feel like if Stainville's not going to be playing one of the games, Liar's the guy you're going to bring on to replace him. He's going to lock down those power positions on the map, and he's still a phenomenal player. He had to take off a couple of months due to school, but Liar's just one of those guys that never forgets how to play Call of Duty.
And Liar was on Denial, was he not?
Was he on Denial?
I believe he may have just been on Denial. Either way, Liar now a new member of Strictly Business for Season 2. He will be one of the substitutes. And that brings us to our final squad. Complexity gets the last pick here in round number 2. Eggs, Crimsix, TP, and Karma going after Big T, helping them trend in the U.S. here in round number 1. Who do they go after in round 2?
I feel like they really wanted to get Ogre too, but clearly Envy, they took that pick away. So Complexity, they're looking to build a squad of GOATs. So you got to look through that player list and find out who's the greatest of all time. Maybe they go after Mutation.
Oh, we'll see who they choose. Complexity's ready. Let's show what they brought on. Ace is going to be brought on. So Ace, of course, the Halo Global Champion. This guy banked $200,000 last year. He's been on the MLG Pro Circuit for a while. A younger brother of Elamite Warrior, comes from a great family of incredible players. He was on Final Boss for the U.S. Championship, fell short there. However, he has 14 Game Battles tournament wins already. He's been a member since 2006, so he's been gaming since he was basically old enough to go into junior high, and there you see him finishing with an MLG Pro Points rank of 92. He's been grinding recently, and it's nice to see Ace getting some love from a top squad like Complexity. You have to wonder, who made that pick over there at Cole? Was it Mr. X weighing in? Was it purely Aches? Maybe TP knows these guys. Who went after Ace? Either way, he is going to be the last pick here in round number 2, coming in with the 24th pick. So, Revan, it's time to take a look at all of our picks up to this point. Here's where we stand after 2 rounds. Noxide, Bloods, Next, Chino, Sender, Thing 2, you, Revan, of course, Accuracy, Ogre 2, Strife, Liar, and Ace all going in round number 2. We still have 2 rounds left. Fizzerp, still on the board. Nifty, still on the board. Lots of big names still to go, including some more Halo guys. I wonder when is Snipe Down going to go. Stay tuned. We'll let you know.
Communication resources. Interconnect each of the computers.